Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Brett Jennings. I'm broker and founder here at Real Estate Experts, and I'm super excited to be in this conversation with you today about growing your business. After 17 years in real estate, nothing brings me more satisfaction than helping agents go and grow to the next level. So let's dive right in. So Real Estate Experts, we are ushering in a new era of real estate. We are a company that's built on empathy, backed by expertise, and driven by excellence. And because of that, who this is for. The conversation we're going to have today about growing your business is for agents, one, that want to grow. Number two, it's agents that are willing to learn. And number three, agents that are committed to reaching their full potential. And that being said, we are not for everyone. This is not for agents that see real estate as a side hustle, agents that want to work part-time, or agents that see real estate as a stepping stone to another career. That being said, what we're going to do from here over the next 45 to 60 minutes is a deep dive into what our offering is here at Real Estate Experts and how that offering can help you go and grow to the next level. There will be actually quite a bit of information, much of it delivered in a training format. So I promise you that if you take the ideas and principles here today and apply them, whether or not we choose to get into business together or not, will make a difference in your business and in your life. So grab a pen, turn off your notifications of your phone, and let's get going. That being said, my goal for today is to help at the end of this time share with you how I went from $120,000 a year to over $4 million a year in GCI, and the entire playbook of how I did that, which should ultimately create this confidence. If you have any uncertainty, create clarity. If you have any confusion, and certainty if you have any doubt about what it takes to grow your business. And here's what I need from you. Number one, as you write these ideas down, implement them. This is a great quote from one of my mentors that I had the opportunity and privilege to work with coming out of college, Tony Robbins. He says, wealth exists in the gap between ideas and their implementation. So let's go ahead and implement today what we learned, again, whether we decide to get into business together or not. The second thing I need from you is to keep an open mind. The mind's like a parachute, and it only works when it's open. And the last thing I need from you is to think big. Take off any limiting ideas about what you think is possible. Deal? Let's go. Because if you're willing to do that, this is what's possible. Here's a success story of one of the first team leaders I mentored, Neka Jenkins. She came to me, she had worked at KW and she'd done 10 deals, pretty good business on her own, and approached me and wanted to join my team. At the time I told her, I said, you're actually pretty successful as an independent agent. Why do you want to join a team? She said, I want to learn from you. So she came on the team and we helped her do 36 transactions on my team that first year in 2018. In 2019, I said, let's do this. Let's help you build your own team. We launched her own team. She did $1,230,000 that second year with me. In 2020, we added 2 more agents. She broke $2 million a year in GCI. And in 2021, with 4 agents, earned over $4 million in GCI. And she's not alone. Jade Agunbi started out at Intero. We partnered up in 2021. He went from doing 36 transactions as a solo agent. I showed him how to add leverage with an assistant. And in just 2 years, went to over $1 million in GCI. So both of these people kind of proved out one premise or one idea, is that success isn't just about doing the right thing. It's about doing the right things in the right order. And we've mapped out that order over the course of the last, I started mentoring and coaching agents in 2013. Over the last 12 years, we've really built the roadmap of what it takes to go from one level of production to the next. If you're a solo agent, closing just a handful of deals a year, and you want to aspire to get to become a team leader, that entire path. But you don't have to go all the way. This is about building a business that works for you and your life and going to what level that you want to go to. But if you stick around to the end, I will give you a copy of this roadmap as well as a strategy session to help you decide where you want to go and how to get there. Okay, so how did this all come to be? Well, a little bit about my backstory. For me, when I got into real estate, I got into real estate really as a plan B. My original goal, I had started a business in financial services, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make enough money, buy a bunch of investment properties, retire, and do business and life coaching. Well, life had other plans for me. I ended up selling that business in 2006, and I ended up losing all of the money that I made in the sale of that business. And I had to figure out what my next plan was. And so a lot of my friends were moving into real estate. A lot of them were making money in mortgage. And so I jumped in. I got my real estate license. I started out as a mortgage lender. And then about 6 months into the process, this happened. The big crash of 2008. Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers collapsed, and the whole financial crisis began. So I had just gotten started helping other agents, top agents, do loans, but once Bear Stearns collapsed, we couldn't get any loans done. One of the top agents I was servicing said, you know what, you're pretty sharp. I think you'd actually do good in real estate. So I jumped on his team in 2008 and got started. And here's what ended up happening. In my very first week in real estate, I went to a training, and this guy stood in the front of the room and he said, the problem with the real estate industry is that the consumer's general perception of a real estate transaction is that it's a fee inflated event to perpetuate an inefficient industry. And I was like, damn, that doesn't sound good. He went on to say that real estate agents, when surveyed by consumers, their perception of real estate people as salespeople was one step above used car salespeople. And I was like, damn, I sold a business in financial services to get into this. And I remember, my wife, we just had our first baby, and I was thinking, you know what, like if I'm in this industry, I've got to do something differently. And that day I put a flag in the sand and I told myself that I'm going to find a way to deliver real estate service such that the value we bring far exceeds the commission we ever earn, so that our value is never questioned. My belief there was that if that was my position and we really decided to be real experts, that we could overcome that confidence gap that consumers had, and I could build a really great business by focusing on one thing, and that's expertise. So here's what I did. I studied the real estate transaction, mastered the transaction. I mastered the local market knowledge, both macro market and micro market. I got certified in negotiation because that's one of the main things that consumers truly value, and then applied that knowledge and started tracking my results. In addition, I went on the hunt. I became an avid student of the business and sought out the best in the business to train and mentor with. Gary Keller became a personal mentor of mine for a period of time. I did end up working with the folks at Zillow, got on the advisory board at Zillow Group. Jake Hinder and Michael Reese, who founded the National Association of Expert Advisors. Top agents were mentors of mine, and Mauricio Umansky at the agency. And guess what? That worked. Between the years of 2008 and 2012, it took me 4 years, but I did get to that $1 million mark. By the time I got there, home prices at the time were only about, 500,000. So it took a lot of sales to make $1 million. It was 53 units. I did that with 8 agents. And then I got stuck there for 3 years. I was solely focused on just how do I get better as an agent? Focusing on the transaction and negotiation and marketing and all of those elements. I got stuck though for 3 years, and I really realized, you know what, like, I don't know what it is, but I can't go to this next level. And I eventually realized it was going to take a different kind of growth. And what prompted that was a conversation I had, a coaching session with one of my agents on my team. It was 2015, and this is the scene. I'm getting ready to walk into a coaching session with one of my agents. His name was Jeff Sawhill. He'd been on the team for about 6 months, and Jeff was coming off his best quarter ever, okay? In the month, Jeff closed 4 deals in the month of March. He started in January, closed 4 deals in the month of March, and he made it $90,000. Now, it's May of this year when I'm having this coaching session with him, and Jeff has had nothing going on in April. He's kind of spinning his wheels. Things aren't happening for him. And the conversation goes something like this. Jeff, I've been coaching you here, and we've been meeting week after week, and things just aren't coming together for you. What do you think's going on? And he told me, he said, Brett, I've thought about this a lot. I just haven't been able to focus, and it's been really frustrating. But the best I can think, man, is that, I look at my life and I've never made more than $90,000 in a year. And I made $90,000 in a single month. And what just happened to Jeff? Well, Jeff hit his own unconscious idea of what he believed was possible for himself. Because guess what? All of us have what I call a success thermostat. It's this unconscious idea of what we think we're capable of. And no matter how much leads you get, clients coming your way, at some point, you're going to reach that limit and it becomes difficult to surpass. In fact, I've coached many agents into higher levels of production and the money starts to come really fast. And if they haven't also at the same time focused on their mindset and their personal growth, then what ends up happening is they end up hitting that ceiling. And guess what? It's not just happening to Jeff, it's happening to you, it's happening to me. And this was my major insight. I realized my future was in my past. I needed to focus not just on the growth of the business, not just on what the things I needed to do as far as generating leads and making calls. I needed to focus on my own mindset and my own personal growth, because what I discovered is that your business only grows to the extent that you do. Your life is all connected. If you have one part of your life that's really, really struggling, guess what? You're never really going to do amazing in all the other areas of your life. And so it was this perspective, this idea that the growth of your business is inside you, which has really became not only just my own personal focus, but I took that same idea and started sharing it with the members of my team. We created not only a business plan, but we created a life plan to really go and grow in all areas of life. Because this is what I discovered. Becoming a real expert is not just about professional growth, it's professional growth and personal growth. And it's ultimately to become the best version of you, both personally and professionally. And when I did this, when we took the focus, not just 100% on the business, but to take a look at what was going on in our own mindset and setting goals in all areas, that my business actually quadrupled. Over the next 4 years, in 2016, we were awarded the top 500 marketers in USA. 2017 was the first time we hit the Wall Street Journal list. 2018 was elected to the Zillow Advisory Board, and then consistently have sold 120 plus homes per year and over 4 million in GCI. So then the question became, this is awesome, this is fun. I'm actually getting, not only are we making great money, but how can I help more people, more agents do the same? And this is a quote by John Maxwell, and he says, the role of a leader is not to have all the answers, but to create an environment where great people can do great things. And that became the genesis of Real Estate Experts. I went from a team and said, hey, let's do this. Let's start a brokerage called Real Estate Experts, where we will cascade this idea and take it to the next level. And we asked really two questions. Number one, how can we elevate the caliber and commitment level of a real estate agent? And number two, how can we provide a team environment while helping agents build a business of their own? And that was the genesis of the birth of the Team Ridge model, which is the foundation of Real Estate Experts. This is the team as of 2024. And this was really, the whole business is built on the foundation of our brand, which you see the 3 bars there. That's the E in the word Real Estate Experts, and it stands for 3 things. Number one is about empathy. Honestly, you have to give a shit. You got to care about both the clients that you serve and the people that you're in business with and business for. And it's that level of caring and concern that really people feel and begin to resonate with. The second element is about expertise, really to overcome that confidence gap, the trust gap that my friend Alan Dalton shared with me that first week I got into real estate. You have to be a real expert to earn people's trust. And the third thing is about excellence. It's this constant commitment to continuous improvement, and that is an essential ingredient in what's required to stay at the top. And when you combine these 3 things, empathy, this caring, expertise, and this commitment to excellence, it creates an energy that makes you unstoppable. In fact, in 2021, we as a group set a goal to help 5 agents make their first million in real estate. And guess what? We actually helped 13 people have their first $1 million year in real estate. Amanda Vang was one of them. She went from $375,000 to $1.5 million that year and was awarded the National Association of Realtors 30 Under 30 award. Second to that, here's another one. Kelly Gaudreau went from 110,000. It took her 4 years, but she grew to over $1 million in income in just 4 years. At the same time, in 2021, we helped 13 go to $1 million. We helped another 14 agents make their first 500,000 in a year, and we helped 15 agents make their first 250,000. And at the same time, by setting that goal, really focusing on the success and growth of others, our company, Real Estate Experts, was the first mega team in California to do over $1 billion in a single year, which led us to two insights. And this is one of the icons of personal development, Zig Ziglar. He has this saying, and this is what we discovered: you can have everything in life that you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. In addition to learning that, we also mapped the path to go to the next level. And we built this roadmap that I've shared with you earlier here on how to go and grow to the next level in the real estate business. What we call our Real Estate Experts Roadmap, it documents what stage of growth you're at, how many transactions that you're at, what your team size is, what your commission, how much commission you're likely taking home at this stage of the business, what the leverage point is, meaning what's the thing that you need to focus on to go to the next level, and what's the goal at that stage. So again, as I mentioned, if you stay to the end, we'll give you a copy of this roadmap as well as a strategy session to identify where you are and what you need to focus on to go to the next level. Now, what happened after that? Well, as we know, 2022, the market tested us. And guess what? We all got hit with high interest rates, low inventory, a slowdown in the market, commission compression, the NAR lawsuit, record high inflation. All of these things hit us, and we were ready and prepared to weather the storm with both this model and this mindset. And we retained our position in the market. We became the #1 mega team in the Bay Area, the #4 mega team in California, and number 17 in the United States. And we're just getting started. So are you ready to build your best life through real estate? Because if you are, here's what we do. We help and you do it. We do have a proven model that's designed to help you create more connections, deepen those relationships with those prospective clients, turn them into business, and build a market-proof, profitable business. And here's the deal. Anyone can tell you what to do. We give you what to do, why you do it, when to do it, and most importantly, how to do it. And we do it with you. And you'll understand what that means in just a few minutes. Ultimately, we get you in shape to build the business that you want. What we do is we have a system for building a business that lasts, a framework that turns your ambition into achievement and your clients into raving fans, and a culture for becoming who you've meant to be, or the best version of yourself. So how do we do that? We shape your future. And these are the 5 keys to help you double your business. The acronym SHAPE stands for the systems, the habits, accountability, people, and environment. These are the 5 elements that you need to double your business. Starting with systems. Here's what my mentor, Gary Keller, had to say. Look for the best systems and models, the ways that take you further, faster, and implement them. The best-in-class systems are built for connection and built for scale. Our system is really built around something called the perfect workflow. A perfect workflow is a system that allows you to focus on building and deepening client and customer relationships. It's powered by a best-in-class CRM technology and AI enablement that's designed to make your life simple, effective, not chained to your computer. It's a daily roadmap. Once you plug into the CRM and follow the process, it helps you with accountability, client care, follow-up, and lead generation. And it's our nationally recognized success that allowed us to attract top technology partnerships and build this best-in-class tech stack that's built for results. What is our tech stack? Well, it starts with FUB, Follow Up Boss. FUB is the hub. It is top producer verified. Follow Up Boss is used by 41 of the top teams in the USA. In 2025, Housing Wire said that it was the Tech 100 most innovative CRM in real estate. What's under the hood? Well, FUB is bolstered by our advanced tech integrations. We have a property search tool that works with FUB called Rooster. that is a buyer nurture search portal. For the sellers and potential home sellers, we have a home value platform called HomeBot. It is hands down the best digital farming tool in real estate. Has a 70 to 80% open rate on all of the emails that go out every month to anybody who owns a home. We use a technology called Revive that has some amazing AI that helps us with amazing listing presentations for seller strategy. And then lastly, if you have a listing, we have phenomenal tools to help you capture and nurture leads at those open houses. More than just a set of tools, it's a proven system to grow your business. Because here's the deal. The truth is, the size of your business is determined clearly by the number of people that know you are in business. Many of you probably know there's agents out there that farm, right? That do a lot of listings. Why do they do a lot of listings? They send out 50 to 100,000 postcards a month. So their business is big because the size of their business is determined by the number of people that know they're in business. They have 50 to 70,000 people a month that know they're in business. But here's the deal. If you're not a farmer going to spend $25, $30, $40, $50,000 a month, what does the size of your business look like? Well, if it is your database, this is what the average agent's sphere of influence database looks like. They have 150 contacts in that database. Those convert on average, if it's just an average agent doing the average things with their CRM, they're probably going to get 3 deals out of that at an average price point of 1.3 million in our current market and 2.5% commission. They'll make about 100 grand a year. Now, your role and our goal in partnering with you is to create a database and add to it every day and market to it consistently. Because the value of a database, when you add to it daily and you market to it consistently, it doesn't take a lot more. We just go from 150 contacts to 200 contacts. We increase our conversion rate from 2%, and through effective marketing and nurture, increase that conversion rate to 5%. We go from 3 deals to 10 transactions, and from 97,000 to 325,000, just by being more effective at what we do in building and marketing to a database. This is just an example of how much sphere of influence business has come from using our systems and generating business. For example, Alfredo Barajas had a total of 411 contacts, did 23 sales out of this sphere of influence. Pael Ramascaria, 880 contacts, 25 units that she was able to close. Felicia Duncan, a big database, 1,218, 18 transactions. Ann McKinney, 546, 11 transactions. Alejandro Lopez, 614, and 7 transactions. So this is a business of consistency and persistency. So not only do we have to have great systems, like we have an amazing CRM and that we market to, but it's also about building the right habits, getting consistent and persistent. So what are the daily disciplines of every top producer? Well, this is a book by James Clear. If you haven't read it, it's an amazing book. And what James has to say is success is the product of daily habits, not once in a lifetime transformations. So it's all about building your daily habits. What we do here at Real Estate Experts through our perfect workflow and the accountability systems that we're going to talk about in a moment is help you develop the right habits to develop sustainable, repeatable, and profitable growth, both personally and professionally. And here's how we help and you do it. These are the 6 habits that you need to implement. Again, whether you work with us or you work somewhere else, these are the 6 habits to earn $500,000 or more in real estate. And we broke this down into the acronym of the word habits. Number 1, you got to hunt for new opportunities. How do we help you do that? We provide an opportunity for daily lead generation, something in our perfect workflow. All you have to do is show up and we'll coach you exactly what to do, who to call, what to say, and how to follow up. Weekly on our calendar at Real Estate Experts is an opportunity to plug in for call nights. You can come into the office, you can come in and join us on Zoom. And then once a month, we have an all-out event called our 20 Connect Challenge with the goal of making 20 voice-to-voice conversations about real estate in a single day. It's a powerful process that we get together once a month to help agents, and so much business is generated in that alone. So number one is that hunt for new opportunities. The second part of your habit is to activate existing opportunities. What is this? It's lead follow-up. And all you need to do is join us in Perfect Workflow. Again, Perfect Workflow is that system from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where you get actually coached on working inside CRM Follow-Up Boss to focus on building and deepening the relationships with your current leads and opportunities. Perfect Workflow weekly sessions are there to help you nurture leads with relevant content. If they're buyers, they're receiving properties. If they're sellers, they're receiving either market updates or home valuations. The system will help you identify who are the warmest leads or opportunities in your database, and then activate those leads with personalized outreach. The third in the acronym habit is to build your market knowledge. We're big on education here. So every month we use tools, one called Keeping Current Matters, which helps us with national market updates. Monthly and quarterly, we provide market updates. I provide a personalized, you can watch our YouTube channel. You can see what our quarterly market updates look like. Those are amazing for really engaging both your buyers and sellers and giving you a reason to reach out. We have amazing partnerships with our lenders to understand what's happening in the mortgage market. And then lastly is something called Pulse of the Market. We work as a group and in our weekly sales meeting, invite people to share how many offers did they write? Where did they write? Did they go over, under? Did they get multiple offers? So not only can you look at the trends and the stats of what's happening, but you can really get the beat on the street about what's happening as we're out there in the market transacting. The fourth thing you're gonna wanna do in building your habits is to consistently improve your skills. And we have plenty of opportunities to develop mastery. We have a class on mastering the listing presentation, mastering the buyer presentation, objection handling for today. These are just 9 different training sessions that happen throughout the quarterly calendar. Getting buyers into contract, how to wow your clients with listing marketing, how to effectively nurture your buyers throughout the journey, specific training on negotiation. And one of my favorites is agent as investor. If you have aspirations of building or starting to invest and build a real estate investment portfolio, we will show you, and there's many agents in our company, how to get into the game of investing in real estate. And oftentimes it starts with a flip. I've helped several agents in the company earn over 6 figures on one transaction alone, just by getting into flipping. So improving your skills is that next piece. Second to last here is to think ahead to dominate your day. Here's what you're gonna find. If you come into our environment, you will have more opportunity than you have time. And what you cannot do in real estate is let your email drive your day. You need to start at the beginning of each day and focus on and have a clear intent about what your activities are and which activities will actually drive the most value for your business. So we have this 1-page document that we all use and align around called Dominate Your Day. It helps you prioritize your top opportunities and stay focused on those things that will really make your business, move your business forward. And the last thing is to structure your week. So structure your week, what do we mean by that? It's really time blocking on your calendar. We've created a template that you can follow. All you have to do is show up. The weekly schedule is built with coaching, training, and lead generation time blocks to grow your skills and deepen your client relationships. It's really built on my own personal experience of what it took me to do to go from 10 units in a single year to 30 transactions in a single year. And it looks like this. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's getting into the CRM, spending 1.5 to 2 hours on lead follow-up, having some prospecting time to reach out to new prospective clients in the evening hours, 3 or 4 days a week, and then some training. In the middle of the week, we have our office sales meeting, as well as training from 11 to 12:30. And then we have coaching that's layered in between. So you have about 15 hours a week of committed time, about 4 hours of training. And that is a formula for success. Tony Ferry is an agent who I coached and mentored. He came to real estate working in tech sales originally, got his real estate license. And when he came to us in tech, he was only making about 100,000 a year. And his first year in real estate, he made about 100,000. Over the course of the next 2.5 years, Tony leaned in, adopted everything that we said in habits. He was hunting for new opportunities every day, activating existing opportunities, building his market knowledge, improving his skills, using the dominate your day, and really systemizing and structuring his week. And following the perfect week and doing the activities in line with his goals, within 3 years, was able to achieve a $500,000 income. So we've talked about systems with the CRM. We've talked about building the right habits on the weekly basis. The third in the SHAPE formula is about accountability. And accountability is the bridge between your goals and results. The biggest gap in most agents' business isn't knowledge. They don't need more training. It's follow through. And so here's our promise to you. We won't let you fail if you are committed. And we don't let you coast if you're capable of more. What does that look like when we help and you do it? We make it clear how your daily activities drive your goals, and we'll hold you accountable to doing what you need to achieve them. This is something that's based on what we call Pearson's Law. Pearson's Law says when performance is measured, performance improves. And when performance is measured and reported, performance improves exponentially. What does that mean? Well, if I track my calls, I create awareness on how much work I'm doing or not doing. Many of you say, you know what, I'm going to focus for 2 hours and get a bunch of follow-up or prospecting done, but you end up sitting down for 2 hours. And if you were to actually track the number of conversations and calls that you had, it might be a lot less than you really thought. So it's that level of tracking that creates awareness. And then once you start reporting that to other people, you become very clear about what you are and are not doing. And here's what the science of success tells us about accountability. Simply just having a goal, if you just have a goal, you have about a 10% chance of achieving it. Now, if you consciously say, you know what, I am pursuing this goal, and you just make a conscious decision to do it, your likelihood of achieving that goal goes up to about 25%. Now, if you commit to when you're going to do it, that brings up your chances of success to about 40%. If you actually create a written plan on how you're going to do it, you increase the likelihood of you getting that goal by up to 50%. If you commit to someone else, you tell a friend, a peer, a colleague, you bring the likelihood of that goal up to 65%. But here's the deal. You're not here to reach just 65% of your goals. You're here for more. Having a specific accountability meeting with a peer group that you have made a commitment to, guess what happens? This is what the science of success says. It increases the likelihood of you achieving that goal to 95%. So this is what we have in our accountability structure called peer-to-peer accountability. It's not me. Now, granted, I will coach and mentor all of the agents in the group, but a peer-to-peer accountability will lift you, it will challenge you, it will push you to become the best version of you, both personally and professionally. Peer accountability is the way to make that happen. Here's our formula for accountability. Number one, we're going to help you create a very clear business plan. When we finish this session today, you'll have an opportunity to schedule a one-on-one to create what the business plan looks like, both from how many transactions you'll do, how many leads you need to generate, where those leads will come from, activity targets on, how many appointments do you need to have? How many conversations do you need to have on a weekly basis to hit those goals? Then we have activity tracking that will help you track your progress to the goals. Our CRM, Follow Up Boss, actually does all that for us. And then weekly accountability, a perfect week time blocking, dedicated pipeline management team, and peer accountability groups to keep you on track. So how well does this peer accountability work? Well, Michelle, she's actually a staff member with us, joined peer accountability. She lost 25 pounds and ran 2 marathons. Tony Ferry had a $500,000 year. That same year, he climbed Mount Whitney, remodeled his house, and took his family to Europe. Okay. Felicia Duncan took action with her database. This is a lady who'd been in the business 20 years and had never really personally tried to have a conversation with all of her sphere of influence in her database. Within peer accountability, she challenged herself to make it through that. In 90 days, she contacted everyone in her database, took 11 listings, and secured 8 buyers. Ann McKinney bought her son a house. She purchased an investment property for herself in Colorado, coming out of peer accountability. Ryan Talamontes bought a lake investment property. It bought a house for his mom and bought a vintage Mercedes, all as a result of peer-to-peer accountability. So it's not just about making more money, but it's about what is the money going to do for you? Like, the purpose of life is to live an amazing life. The purpose of business is to fund your perfect life. And in real estate, we have that opportunity. People. So in the SHAPE formula, the fourth element, P is for people. It's a team and a support that empowers your growth. And we are not like every other real estate team or brokerage. The right support, not just having a TC that's going to tell you when you need to remove your contingencies, but the right support expands your capacity. You don't just need an assistant, you need people with expertise. You don't want just help, you want partners in the back behind you that really get it. We've built a powerhouse team of leaders and experts, both from real estate and beyond, that are dedicated to helping you become the best version of yourself, personally and professionally, and help you build a consistent, profitable, hyper-referable business. Because we believe success happens when you are surrounded by exceptional agents, inspired leadership, and unmatched support. And this is what that support is comprised of: visionary leaders, business building coaches, marketing and lead generation specialists, culture and community ambassadors, and a client experience transaction specialist that will love on your clients while you're out servicing the next deal so that you become hyper-referable. This is our leadership team, myself included. Elizabeth Lazar is the Chief Executive Officer, Michelle Horn, over 25 years in transaction management and coordination, and Gina Siebert, former marketing director at Disney Corporation and over 10 years in marketing for top 100 real estate teams. A little bit about myself, I'm a top 1%, 1/10 of 1%. Broker and agent. I'm also an investor. Had the good opportunity to work for both Tony Robbins and be trained by them, and work for both Tony Robbins and Deepak Chopra. And an innovator in real estate marketing. Elizabeth, proven leadership, has created startups and sold those companies, builder of top producing teams, and a very mission-driven leader. So our goal is to walk with you so you can go further. And our job in doing that for the support staff is to help you get out of the busyness of real estate, signs, flyers, lockboxes, so you can stay focused on the things and grow your business. Here's how we help you do it. Well, we get you out of the busy by focusing on the back office, on contract to close, marketing and lead nurture, listing coordination and marketing, providing coaching and trading. And if you decide to grow a team, we will help you recruit those team agents, onboard them, and actually train them as well. When it comes to the perfect workflow that you heard so much about, we have 2 amazing people who walk with you through that process. Adela Dover is a digital marketing expert to help you with all of that lead nurture that the system pretty much does it itself, but she's there as the specialist behind the scene. And Talar Devoti, who was our inside sales rep, had made literally tens of thousands of calls, set probably thousands of appointments in her career, and really helps with both the scripting, with text messaging, email messaging, and actually voice to voice to help you really refine your and coach and train you on what to say and how to follow up. When it comes to transaction coordination and agent services, which is listing coordination on the back end, we have Tiffany Potter, Shannon Marins, and Maggie Staff helping with both agent training and support, transaction management, and listing coordination and marketing. All you need to do is just show up. The last piece in the SHAPE formula is an environment. We created an environment for you here, honestly, that makes it easy, where success becomes inevitable. And this last piece in getting your environment right is this. Here's the deal. Real estate, like these 2 sports you see, swimming and gymnastics, we think of swimming and gymnastics as solo agent sports, right? Michael Phelps, one of the most decorated Olympians in history, is a swimmer. And we think about swimming as an individual sport. But what most people don't think about is the fact that both of these Olympic athletes were part of a team, and they were amazing producers themselves. But if it wasn't for the team that they were on, they would not have achieved the results that they did. For example, Michael Phelps, waking up at 4:30 in the morning, right, to train every single day, but be getting challenged and pushed by his teammates as they're swimming their laps and really trying to just break that next split time about the peer, their teammate who was next to them, pushing for that next level. And that's the truth. The most successful people don't let their own willpower determine their success. You can only go so far on your own. In fact, the most successful people recognize that environment, being part of a team or peers that are pushing and striving to go to that next level, is actually stronger than their own willpower. And I like to say the environment we created at Real Estate Experts here, what I have built and the team has built for you, is really an environment for you to find that next level for your business and personally as well. And the metaphor I like to use is actually if you were to want to go to get in shape. If you're going to go get in shape, you have a lot of different ways to get there, right? You can buy some weights and workout equipment and create a home gym. You can work with a personal trainer. You can buy a membership to a gym, or you can participate in group fitness like F45 or Orange Theory, yoga classes, etc. The question is, which one of these actually holds you accountable and gets you in shape the fastest? Well, here's what these four things do. A personal trainer is going to provide a high level of accountability, and you don't have to be that self-motivated with a personal trainer. A home gym, you have to be self-motivated, and it's very low accountability. A gym membership, however, is low accountability. You got friends in there, but they aren't necessarily pushing you. But group fitness, this idea that you get into a class and you got somebody coming right behind you on the next station, and when you have to move, you got to go to that next workout thing. There's no time to go to the water cooler or be hanging out and chit-chatting. So group fitness provides both a high degree of accountability and a high amount of peer motivation. And that's really what we feel we've created here at Real Estate Experts, is based on this idea you can't reach your highest potential alone. You want to be part of an ecosystem and participate. Your mindset needs to be expanded, your limitations need to be challenged, and real growth requires collaboration. So it is this culture, this collaboration and community that makes up what we are at Real Estate Experts. And here is the core of what Real Estate Experts is about. It is our core values. We have 8 of them. The first one is authentic alignment. What does that mean? It means be real, be you, don't try to be somebody else. Number 2 is we over me. We are a team. Agents, staff, clients, we are all in this together. Number 3, heart-centered hustle. What does heart-centered hustle mean? It means when you come to your clients and you approach them like you're willing to do whatever it takes, and you really can say to them, you know what? I get you. I get your problem. I understand what you're going through, and I got you. So we lead with empathy and deliver with fanatical care. The 4th of our core values is about extreme ownership. We take full responsibility for everything in our world. It just means that, you know what? We own it. There is no one else to blame if something goes wrong. The buck stops with us. Number 5 is client first always. What does that mean? Well, you probably wouldn't be on this call today learning about Real Estate Experts if clients weren't important to you, but it really means about being a fiduciary. Fiduciary is a lost art in real estate, and it is foundational to being an expert. We don't just do deals. We create raving fans because we treat clients as if they were family. Number 6 is growth is who we are. Growth is a huge part, both personally and professionally, of the culture at Real Estate Experts because we're committed to becoming the best version of ourselves, personally and professionally. Number 7, positive energy wins. Look, man, we choose optimism. We understand that creating good vibes and living in good vibes makes real estate fun because energy is everything. And lastly, we're experts. So we focus on operational excellence. Craft matters. We're committed to continuous improvement, and we build systems that support consistency, scale, and care because excellence is not accidental. And so the community, if you choose to join Real Estate Experts, if this feels right for you and we get to the end of this journey together and we have a mutual alignment, we feel you're right for us and you feel we feel you're right for us and you feel you're right for us, then you will become part of what we call our good vibe tribe. We have client events on a quarterly basis. We have agent events, agent socials, typically once a month, as an opportunity to create this good vibe for both our agents and our clients that we serve. So we're not just a real estate brokerage. We are a place to belong, grow, and thrive. What is the Good Vibe Tribe? It's a place where high production is driven by a higher purpose, where transactions create transformation, where your business becomes a platform for becoming and your career becomes a calling. And what happens when you surrender to this, or you give yourself to this and you come and you go all in? Pael's a great example. Pael came to us in 2020 making $111,000 a year, done 3 transactions. 2021, she plugged in, took advantage of our culture, our leads, our accountability systems and support, went to 15 transactions. And in 2024, did 29 transactions for over $1.2 million in GCI. Kelly Gaudreau, I personally mentored. Kelly started with us as an inside sales rep. She was just getting a real estate license. I said, look, you're going to need to spend a year on the phones helping us, making calls, booking appointments, hosting open houses. She got into production in the end of 2018 and did 9 sales, 17 her second year, 25 her third, made close to $1 million in 2023. Felicia Duncan did 19 units on a team and 26 units as a solo agent since she's joined us. Coulter Stansell started out, again, inside sales on my team, 6 units, launched him as an independent agent in 2021, did 18 sales. 2023 did 29 sales for $921,000. Audrey was an Intero. I didn't quite know what she had done. I think she had done 5 or 6 sales that year. 2021 did 11 units. 2023 for $728,000. Here's 6 agents in our group that did over 100 million in less than 4 years. Here's another 6 that did over 50 million in less than 4 years with us. So the bottom line is, hey, are you ready to shape your future? I'll close by saying this. Imagine, what would it be like if all you had to do was every day was open your CRM and call people who wanted help with buying or selling, meet with them, take their listings, write their offers, and deliver high quality service? What would that feel like? What if you had a team to handle all the busy work, bringing you to do more deals, or if you choose, spend more time with your family? And that team did so with such love and care for your clients that they end up referring you other clients without you even asking. What would that be like? What if you could work with and be coached by some of the best agents in the business and they help you, hold you accountable to your plan? Would your business grow? We recognize that moving your business is a huge decision and should not be taken lightly, and certainly not made after one long Zoom call like this. So, however, if what we shared today has inspired you and you believe that by elevating your business and your personal game is possible by joining a company like ours, we encourage you to take the next step. Schedule a 30-minute strategy session. We will walk you through, we'll identify where you are on the Rex roadmap and what it would take to get you to the next level. We'll also create a customized business plan for you for the next year that breaks down how many homes that you do need to sell to hit your income goals, how many opportunities do you need to generate to hit that income goal, the 4 core lead generation sources to focus your attention on in order to hit that business plan. And then lastly, how many conversations, like the real work, how many conversations and appointments do you need to make each week and each month to hit your income goal? When you get this level of clarity, I promise you, it really is just a matter of you showing up and doing the work. We can't do it for you, but it comes back to that premise that we help and you do it. So schedule your 30-minute strategy session. You can also go to brettscalendar.com. If you scan the QR code here, we will get you set up. We'll map where you are on the Rex roadmap. We'll give you a copy of that roadmap as well as create a business plan. And guess what? Take the information. If we choose not to work together, take that information, take that plan and apply it yourself. So I hope that what we shared here today has been helpful. I want to close just by saying, Thank you for making the time and investment in exploring this opportunity for your business. I hope to get the chance to meet you personally and that we do get to work together. Because again, nothing provides more greater fulfillment and satisfaction for me than helping agents go and grow to that next level. Thanks for tuning in and look forward to talking to you soon.